Hey everyone, welcome back to the video. And in this video particularly, I'm going to be going over how to add a blog to your website. So the way you do that is you go all the way to the left when you're already in your editor, and you go down to My Blog. Yours might say something a little different if you haven't created it yet. And then you just go ahead and press Start Blogging, and then Add New Blog, right? It's going to give you that option. So go ahead and add that new blog, and then it's going to show up in your main menu bar. So once you do that, it should show up in your main menu bar. From there, you can leave it there, or you can move it to a sub page if you want to do that, but that's all you have to do in terms of adding that blog. And then if you go into that page where you're going to be showing all of your content, you can see that Wix already gave us a bunch of templates in terms of how the blog might look. You can go ahead and go back to the editor, and you can even change a lot of things around. So if you don't like the way that the blog feed looks, you can go ahead and click on it, and you can go change the layout or the design. Let's do change design. And once you go into change design, it's actually going to give you options of changing different categories, how the images look, and all types of stuff over here. You can go ahead and do that. I'll show you a few. Let's do change the image. For example, the image, now you can actually add a border if you want a border for your image. If you want it to be more of a rounded picture, you can go ahead and change that around. I'm going to use something like this. I think this looks really nice. And you can even go deeper with it. So customize that design. You can actually change the thickness of the borders if you want. Or you can create shadows for that actual border. So I'm not going to do any of that. Let's go back and let me show you maybe something else. Let's go ahead and design the post body. So you can see that here they give you options of changing the text type. I'm going to go ahead and change that to the one that I'm using already, which is Nimbus Sans. And once I do that, you see that it changes automatically. It looks a lot cleaner. I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger. Let's see if 20 looks good. Yep, so it should be fine. I'm not going to go and change everything right now for time purposes, but you can go do that after the video is over. So let's go ahead and see the actual layout. You can go ahead and change that by going into the layouts button and hovering over which one you want. So I think that I'm going to go with, let me test out this one. This one looks pretty cool. So this one gives me an option to create two rows down. So I like that a lot. Let me try this one. This one gives me a more variety in terms of going through the post, so the pictures change from left to right. I like that as well. So you can go ahead and do that yourself, play around with it, and see which one you like the best. I'm going to stick with this one for now, and I'm going to show you a little bit more. So here you have another option, which is featured posts. You can actually move everything that you want around, so if you don't like the way it looks, you can do that, but a thing you need to know about featured posts is you can actually create more featured posts than one within this category. Right now, the design only shows one featured post, but what you can do is you can expand it out if you move things around, and then add a different layout to it. So let's see, manage settings. So as you can see, you can manage a lot of the settings over here. I will not do that right now, but as you can see, you can go ahead and change that around as well. Another thing you can do is, if you want your blog post to show up somewhere else, for example on the home page, you can actually do that as well. So if I go into the home page and I want all my, maybe my featured posts to be on the home page, I can do that as well. So I'm going to show you how I do that. So here we go. Let's go into the editor, go into add, and then go into all the way at the bottom, there's a blog part, and you can add right here. I guess they don't allow you to actually add the featured posts. Let's see. Oh, yep, they do. So there you go. Go ahead and you can do that as well. You can do a post list. You can do comments. You can add all this stuff yourself. I'm going to create a featured post list. So let me go and do that. Actually, let me do a recent post list. So I'm going to add that here. And once I've added it, you can kind of see that it doesn't really look right. So the best option is to either spread it out, or you can even go ahead and change the design of it or the layout of the actual posts so that it fits your type of theme of your website. I personally like how big it is and how it's very nice and clean, not too many words. I like the fact that it's like that, so I'm going to keep that. But you can change it however you like over here. You can even change the spacing between each post. You can change the alignment of the date. If you want the date to be on the right side, you can actually do that so it doesn't interfere with the title. And you can also add the featured. So I'm going to add the featured and show you how that looks as well. So let's add it. Let's see. And bring it down. You can see that the featured post actually allows you to change the actual size a lot more than the recent post. It allows you to make the picture a little wider if you want to do that. With the recent post, it all stays within one ratio, so it doesn't let you do that. But let's see what kind of layouts they actually offer. So as you can see, you can add lists for your actual featured posts as well. So go ahead and do that if you have multiple featured posts or you want to add more content within your home page. I would recommend either the featured or the recent post would look great on the home page. And it's also going to be, once you go ahead and click on those, they're going to go into that blog post. Give it a second to load up. And you can see that it goes to the actual blog post and the page. And here you can see the entire post. You can also add the comments here. You can add different features on the side, or you can even remove all of this stuff here. If you don't want this here, you can make the post even bigger. So the way you can do that is just highlight everything, delete it, it's loading a little longer, give it a second, and then we can stretch it out down here. So let's stretch it out, and there you go. So now that particular post is now going to look like that. You can actually make all your posts look like that if you want. And let's go back to the home page and test it out again. So let's see this post right here. I'm going to click on it, and there you go. See, now you don't have to have all the sidebars if you don't want them there. Or you can go back to the blog and you can see that you can still have the other options here for the featured posts. And when you click read more here for this post again, it's going to still go to the same type of template as you created before, so it saves itself. I also recommend go ahead and save your site before making any other changes. If you've already created your blog, you've added certain features, go ahead and save it now so that you don't lose anything. Because I had issues where I forgot to save it, I X'd it out, and then I lost everything and had to redo everything. So you don't want to make that mistake. Just go ahead and do that. And I apologize for repeating some words particularly. I do want to stress the points that are necessary for creating the blog. So if I say a few words over and over again, just understand that it's for your benefit. I'm trying to make sure that you guys know exactly what you're doing. And yeah, so that's the main parts about the blog. There's not too many complicated ideas behind it. Now we're going to go into how you can add a new post, a new blog post. So go ahead and go back to the B, the message B, I call it, and go to Blog Manager. Now here is where you can manage your blog, or you can add a new post right away. So I'm going to go to Manage Your Blog so I can show you exactly what you're looking at and what you can do in this area. So as you see, I haven't created any posts so far. Even though it's showing some posts within my blog already, that's only because Wix already added that themselves, but it's not actually a post. So you can actually go through all of your posts that you've created or will create and make the changes that you want. So here I'm going to go to all posts and I'm going to post something new to show you how it would look. So go ahead and click new post. Here you can add all types of different additions to it, including HTML. If you have specific code that you want to add to it, go ahead and do that. You can add a divider, you can add a video, and you can start adding your title. So I'm going to write test title number 1, and then I can start typing in everything that I need here. And once you actually highlight it, then it's going to give you options to make changes with the sizes, the type of text, and all that good stuff. Even adding links. This is super important if you do want to link in other websites and create backlinks. This is more of a marketing term. Backlinks within your post, then you can do that as well. And link to other websites that are relevant to you or the post. Also, you can go ahead and preview on the right side, and another cool feature they do add is scheduling a post. So for example, let's say you have 20 posts or pieces of content that you can put out literally today, or if you've completed them already, then what you can do is, instead of posting 20 at once and kind of getting rid of them in a way, you can do 2 a day for the next 10 days. And it makes it a lot better because people see that you're not just posting at one time and then not posting for the next year and a half, but you're actually posting consistently every single day or every single week, and that's something that they would want to go back to. If you post one time, don't post for a long time, people are going to assume that you're not going to be posting anything else. But if you have these scheduled posts you have, then you can actually show your users or viewers that you do constantly post new things, so their best option is to come back and see what else you've posted the following week or the day before or whenever you posted it. So you can go ahead and do that. I'm going to show you how it works. So you can pick any date you want. Let's say I pick April 14th at, let me do 12 a.m. I can set that time, and when April 14 comes and 12 a.m. comes, then that post will be posted automatically. You see it's already here. I don't want to do that because it's a test post, so I'm going to exit out. And this is how you add your post as a featured post. So you just click this button right here, and there you go. I also do recommend adding categories as well as tags. And what tags are basically like keywords, but they're going to show up within each post. So let's say that, you know, your tags are test 1, test 2. So when you do post those actual tags, they're going to show up in your blog page, and then people can actually filter through all the content that you have. So let's say you have also basketball, right? So let's go ahead and publish this post so I can show you exactly how it would look. Let's see if it would add it if my site is not published. Hopefully, oh, yep, there it is. So I'm going to go ahead and preview that. And you can see that now I can go ahead and click that. All the other posts that Wix added have been deleted. And at the bottom, you can see that you can search, the actual viewer can search by the tags. So if someone wants specifically basketball only, all of your posts that you tagged as basketball, they would be able to see and filter through. So I do recommend adding very accurate tags for each video so that people can easily filter through each one. It's a super cool feature. Makes it more fun for the viewer to be able to filter through all the content that you have, especially if you put out a lot of content. I definitely recommend you do this. And that's pretty much it in terms of putting up content. Once you have more content, videos and things like that, go ahead and do that, and it should be very easy to understand. A lot of times it's just a link that you add and then you post it, and then you're going to see how it shows within your blog. When you're done adding that all of your blogs, then go ahead and publish. Make sure you save and publish your website so that it can actually go onto the live website for you. I'm not going to go much more into the details of it because this video is getting long already. So I'm going to talk to you guys in the next video, and I'll talk to you guys then.